Hello learners, welcome to NIOS Live. We'll learn about prehistoric art, medieval art, contemporary art and folk and tribal art during these lessons. In the previous lesson, we studied Pahari painting, a distinctive miniature painting tradition that flourished in the hilly regions of northern India, particularly in Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Tehri Gherwal. Today we are going to look into the South Indian painting. This lyrical and romantic style developed under the patronage of the various rulers during the 18th-19th century. Let's look into the objectives. South Indian comprises Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. Nurtured a wide variety of painting styles under royal patronage. Among the most notable are the Dakkani miniatures, or it is also called as Dakkani Kalam, which flourished between 16th and 19th centuries under the Muslim rulers of Bijapur and Hyderabad. The Tanjore paintings under the Nayakas of Tanjavur and later Maratha court between 1676 and 1855, and the Mysore style developed under the Wadayar rulers. Despite their distinctiveness, these traditions share a common Vijayanagara ancestry. Other important contributions include the Kalamkari traditions of Andhra Pradesh and mural frescoes of Kerala. Looking into the objectives, after studying this lesson, you will be able to explain the traditional painting styles of South India, state the centers where these styles developed, and describe the characteristics of Mysore painting and explain the themes of Dakkani miniature paintings. Tanjore painting, named after Tanjavur, which is in Tamil Nadu, originated in the 16th century and flourished under the patronage of Nayaka rulers, then Vijayanagara Rayas and later Maratha rulers of Tanjavur. The community of Tanjavur and the Trichy and the Naidu community of Madurai were the instrumental in developing this particular style. The paintings are religious in character, which depicting the Hindu deities and royal figures and celestial beings. Traditionally, these were painted on the cloth mounted on wooden planks. These works are called Palagai Padam in Tamil. They are characterized by rich surface ornamentation, the use of gold foil and inlay with glass and semi-precious stones. The composition exudes devotion and spirituality with bold outlines, vivid flat colors painted and striking embellishments, or you may call it as also decorations which are vivid in colors. Faces are generally round with almond shaped eyes and a serene expression. Common themes include episodes from the life of Krishna and other Vaishnava deities. Some examples were even executed on the glass panels. Materials include wood, cotton fabric, chalk powder, gum, mineral colors, gold leaf and cut glass. The 6 major stages of Tanjavur painting involve preparation of the surface, then tracing of the image, creating the raised gesso base, and then painting and coloring. Applying of gold foil and glass inlays, and others is the framing, which comes in the last. One of the key examples from this particular genre is Panchamukhi Anjaneya, which is five-headed Hanuman, executed with the mineral colors, gold leaf and glass on wood and fabric. This is the one particular example from Tanjore painting. Tanjore painting is a traditional art form from Tanjore, Tamil Nadu, with origin dating back to 16th century, possibly influenced by the Vijayanagara and Nayaka periods, known for its opulent use of gold, foil and embedded jewels. It features deities in vibrant colors and is historically linked to the Maratha Empire. Ancient artists were supported by the royalty and nobility, finding the paintings in the temples, palaces and homes. Although the tradition has faced decline in modern times, with only a few dedicated artists preserving it. Some of the key characteristics and techniques from this particular genre painting is materials which are used include semi-precious stones, gold foil and other glass embedded jewels. And coming to the subject matter, we see the deities and scenes from Indian mythology, which are the most common subjects, and the use of colors is very vibrant and rich. And coming to the embellishments, the gaudy embellishments and the use of gold foil are hallmarks of the style, which creates an opulent and dazzling effect on the painting. Seeing the historical significance and patronage, royal and noble people have supported this particular genre. The kings and the nobility were instrumental in supporting the artists who created these delicate and laborious paintings. Coming to the placements, these paintings were found adorning temples, royal palaces and even private homes. Also, which has a considerable significant part of the India's cultural heritage and reflects the artistic traditions of South India. Looking into the modern day challenges, over the time the art has undergone many changes, including the shift from natural dyes to artificial paints, and recognition for the artist has decreased. And despite all these challenges, Tanjore painting remains popular and continues to inspire many artists today. And a very few dedicated artists are working to keep the art from alive. And Mysore painting is one another important style of classical South Indian painting that developed in the Mysore region of Karnataka during the 18th century. It is a direct descendant of the Vijayanagara school of painting, which flourished between 14th and 16th centuries during Vijayanagara Empire. Both Mysore and Tanjore styles represent sub-branches of Vijayanagara tradition. The themes of Mysore painting generally revolve around Hindu gods, goddesses and mythological narratives. The hallmark of Mysore painting is a graceful and serene depiction of figures with intricate detailing. A significant compilation known as Sritavadhini, a voluminous text commissioned by Mummadi Krishnaraja Vodayar in 19th century, which contains hundreds of Mysore paintings. It provides details on iconography, ragas, seasons, flora and fauna, and also serves as an artistic guidebook on composition, color, symbolism and emotional impact. After the fall of Vijayanagara, the Vodayar rulers revived the painting tradition. Although Tipu Sultan's war with the British caused the destruction of many frescoes, the subsequent Wadayar's region, particularly that of Mummadi Krishnaraja Wadayar, saw a renaissance of the art. The frescoes of Jagmohan Palace in Mysore stand as a testimony to this particular revival. Traditional Mysore artists prepared their own minerals and materials for the painting. Colors were derived from natural sources like minerals, leaves, and flowers. Brushes were crafted from squirrel, goat, or the camel hair. Artists used gesso paste made of zinc oxide and Arabic gum on cartridge paper to achieve a slightly raised surface, upon which thin sheet of gold and sometimes precious gems were affixed. This technique gave Mysore paintings a delicate yet luxurious finish. One of the key examples from this particular genre comes Matsyavatara, which is a Ganjifa card from 20th century, executed in mineral colors on fabric, now preserved in Crafts Museum, New Delhi. Learners, let's take a small break and then get into the example.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
Welcome back, learners. We were discussing about the Mysore painting and Tanjavur painting, and here next we are going to look into the example Matsyavatara, which is a Ganjifa card from 20th century. Now let's look into the example. Ganjifa painting history began in Persia in 15th century as a card game, which was then adapted and developed in India during the Mughal period through the 19th century. The game spread to various Indian regions, with artists creating regional styles and incorporated local mythological and cultural themes into the hand painted cards, such as in Mysore and Odisha. The art form involves miniature painting on circular or a square cards made from materials like wood, cloth or ivory, and which also continues for today. Through its faces challenges in the preserving the tradition, origins and the introduction to Indian art. The Ganjifa game originated in Persia around 15th century, and the cards were brought to India by the Mughals, initially featuring the Persian motifs and depiction of courtly life like wrestlers and animals. The game and the art form spread from the Mughal courts to various Indian kingdoms and states, and as it spread, Ganjifa was adapted by Indian artists to incorporate local tradition and themes. Over the time, especially under Indian rulers, the themes shifted from Persian designs to Hindu deities, goddesses and epic stories like Ramayana and Mahabharata. The ruler Krishnaraja Wadiyar III in 19th century invented a distinctive style of Ganjifa known as Mysore Ganjifa, detailing its themes and iconography in his book. Other styles emerged in regions like Odisha, Rajasthan and Maharashtra, each with unique color schemes and designs. Ganjifa cards are meticulously crafted from layers of cloth, wood or ivory. The cards are of miniature size and hand painted with natural dyes, organic materials and often gold was used. While often circular in shape, the cards also were designed in square and featured distinctive suit signs with designs reflecting mythological narratives. In the recent times, many Ganjifa card players and even some card sets have been lost due to lack of interest and appreciation to this particular art. Organizations and artists are working to preserve this heritage through workshops, digitizing records and encouraging demand for the cards to support the artists. Now let's look into the Deccani miniature painting which emerged in the courts of Deccan Sultanates like in Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda and later in Hyderabad between the 16th and 19th centuries. This style is marked by a blend of Persian, Turkish and Indian artistic influences. While inspired by the Mughal school, the Deccani artists created a distinctive visual idiom. The most celebrated patron was Ibrahim Adil Shah II of Bijapur, whose portraits exemplify the rich color palette and refined aesthetics of this particular school. Deccani paintings are known for their brilliant use of luminous colors, particularly the gold and white, alongside refined linearity and mystic backgrounds. Figures often appeared elongated with expressive eyes and delicate features, suggesting Vijayanagara influence, while the floral background and high horizons reflect the Persian styles. The themes commonly included are the courtly life, portraits of the rulers, music, and hunting scenes. The encyclopedic manuscripts were behind these particular illustrations or the portrayals. One example is from the Stars of the Signs, which is from 1570, which is one of the earliest dated works, containing over 876 miniatures. Frescoes of the Deccani school survives in Sat Manzil Mahal and Jal Mahal at Kumtagi. One of the key examples from this particular phase is Chand Bibi Hawking, which is from 16th century, a depiction of the Queen of Ahmednagar with a hawk, rendered in mineral colors on vasali paper, and which is preserved presently in the National Museum, New Delhi. Here is the painting from this particular genre, Chand Bibi Hunting, and this Deccani miniatures painting originated in the Deccan Sultanates, Bijapur, Golconda and Ahmednagar in the late 16th century, blending indigenous Indian art, especially in Vijayanagara murals, with Persian and European influences from immigrant artists. The style is known for its rich, luminous colors and distinctive combinations of Western influences. The landscapes with unique Indian flair. The main period of its development was until the Mughal conquest in 17th century, with the revival centered in Hyderabad in the 18th century. Deccani art flourished in the Deccan region, a melting pot of culture, particularly in the courts of successor states to the Bahmani Sultanates. Blending the influences, it has emerged with a combination of existing indigenous art forms such as elongated figures and murals of Vijayanagara kingdom, with foreign influences brought by the artists from Persia and Europe. The Deccan's long history of trade and culture links with the regions like Persia and Turkey, which fostered this artistic fusion. The main flourishing period for Deccani painting was the late 16th century to 1680s. Deccani works are noted for their use of rich, luminous colors and prominent use of landscape, often featuring high horizons and Persianate flora. Unlike the Mughal art, where foreign elements blended seamlessly, Deccani art showcased a distinctive and almost physical compounding of foreign and Indian components, retaining their individual identities. The art thrived in the courts of Bijapur, Golconda and Ahmednagar, as we discussed, which produces masterpieces like in 1570 with the manuscripts from the Mughal period. The Mughals' conquest of the Deccan in late 17th century led to a shift, with art practices continuing under the governments by increasingly emulating the Mughal aesthetics. A notable revival of the style occurred in the 18th century, centered in Hyderabad under the Asafiya dynasty under the Nizam's rule and under provincial Nawabs and Rajas. Thank you, learners. I hope you have been clear with the idea of South Indian painting and the Deccani miniatures. Thank you.